Hey guys, and welcome back to another trading video on my channel. Glad that you're back. I'm glad that you want to learn this. This is a support and resistance guide for beginner traders, but if you're a more advanced trader, don't hesitate to skip into the video, look at it, and eventually you will find some value out of this as well. I'm trying to keep this as simple as possible, and I'm trying to teach you guys what support and resistance really is and how you can use it in the markets. It's a concept that happens every day on every pair. Doesn't matter if you trade crypto, forex, stock market, whatever. You can pretty much use it in order to find entry points in the market and exit points in the market. Also, make sure to leave a like, follow the channel, and write down a comment if you have any questions. Don't hesitate to ask them. If you want, there is a link in my profile, like on my YouTube page, and it will take you to a free Discord where you can ask any questions, connect with other traders, find setups, or really anything else. Just chill in the voice or whatever you want. So make sure to connect there as well, and I would say we get straight into it. So what is support and resistance? Let me draw this out for you real quick. So this right here is a support zone. Let me make sure it's the text white. Okay, this is a resistance zone, guys, and this below here is a support zone. Oh, I still have this text gray. Why? So this is a support, and that right here above me is a resistance zone. So what does it mean? A resistance zone is an area in the market where price bounces off of. So basically like a ceiling where you can bounce your head, okay? So price hit its head, you can think of it that way if it's easier for you, and it's falling to the floor. What is the floor? The floor is the support zone where price gains strength again to bounce back up into the resistance. And this game of ping pong pretty much goes on for as long as the price doesn't leave the range between resistance and support. So we can use this knowledge so when price comes back to a resistance or a support zone to take a buy or sell position right at those points. This is where you need to look very closely if you have these zones drawn out on your chart, and we go into examples pretty much soon. But that's basically the ground concepts of support and resistance. I know it's pretty simple, and if you got confused already, don't hesitate to go back into the video and look at this again. So we know that price is hitting its head at a resistance zone and bouncing off at a support zone. We will go into a little bit of how we can entry later, but let me first off explain another really important thing. When price comes to the conclusion that it wants to break out of the resistance zone, the resistance zone will no longer be a resistance zone. The resistance zone will actually turn into a support level for price, which you can take a trade again once price reaches back and retests the zone. This is of course the same thing for the support zone. If price decides to break out of the support zone, it will turn into a resistance zone, and you can take a trade pretty much off that as well. Support and resistance was one of the first concepts I actually came across when I started out trading for the first time, and it's really what helped me to understand this so I can get my trading to another level, and I hope this can help one of two guys of you out as well, maybe even three guys if there is enough people watching this video. So let's go straight into the chart examples. I will try to show you this guys on the charts. It will look a little bit different like with the yellow lines, but please don't get confused, okay? So this right here is a prime example of support and resistance. Matter of fact, resistance turning into a support zone. So we can see right here that the price has previously rejected from this area. Price came up with a strong and aggressive move to the upside, and it rejects on the 4-hour time frame, by the way guys, don't forget that. It rejects 1 times, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, and it's falling a little bit back down. And then we can see that price finally decides to break above the zone and comes straight back into it, resisting it again right here at the support zone. So we can see that there is a long wick which the price has formed here on the 4-hour time frame, And this long wick is pretty much telling me, okay, it respects the level it has previously respected, so I will pretty much enter a trade just like that. It's as simple as that, guys. And then I put my stop loss below the zone, so I get stopped out only if my trade idea is wrong, and I almost all the time target the last high. Now you can add your own rules to that. You can say that if the price hits a 1-to-1 risk-reward ratio, you're setting your stop loss at break even, so it's a risk-free trade from that point on. But I like to give myself the sort of breathing room trading needs to play out, and as you can see, this would be a pretty nice 2.75 risk to reward ratio. And right down here is the next prime example. I don't even need to look far. It's right here. Price respects this one time, then another time right here, then right here it's respected again, comes up a little bit, builds those little candles, and you know that there is something going on because it's not rejecting anymore. There is no wick involved. Like you see right here on this candle, there is a pretty huge wick respecting the zone, but we break above with a pretty strong bullish candle, and this tells me that this has to be a support zone right now. And as you can see, price comes back shortly after, and what does it do? It forms wicks. It forms long wicks against the zone. So I can entry again on the rejection of the zone with my stop loss below, targeting almost again this high right here. And you can see it's a 1 to 1.2 risk to reward. But would you take a trade with a 1 to 1.2 risk to reward? Maybe I will definitely take it. Why not? There's money on the line. But you could pretty much, if you're not having a huge level like right here where you can target a higher risk reward, you can also set your stop loss to break even, as I said earlier, and pretty much target a 1 to 2 or 1 to 3 or whatever risk reward your strategy defines for you. Let me look if I find another example. I can see it all the time on the charts. I'm sorry, guys. It's right here again. It's right here again. Break, then retest, resistance turning into support, supporting 1, 2, 3 times. And where will the entry be? Right. You can even entry right here if you want to. Stop loss below. Dude, I just love simplicity is really the key in trading. And as I said, you can also leave a run out, do whatever you want. You can do your own strategy. I'm just giving you the base concept of supply and demand. We can go into detailed strategies further on into the channel if you want another video, and that comment below. But I'm just giving you guys the base, most simplest concepts in trading, so not going into any confusion as of right now with complex rules or whatsoever. You see a zone, you mark it out, you entry when you see a little wick, okay, like a little guy coming off the zone. So guys, do I even need to talk more about this? You can see it for your own. There is a big resistance zone right here. You can see one, we have the first one right here, we have the third and the fourth one right here, and then price again breaks down and it hits the zone again and it bounces off it the fifth time. You could have taken one trade of it. You could have then taken a few hours later another trade of it with your stop loss above the zone, targeting the most previous low. It's, guys, I don't know what to say, man. If you think trading is complicated, just look at this. I'm like a little 5-year-old drawing something out on the chart, and I think any one of you could do this, right? You guys, if you can't do this, I'm sorry. I think trading isn't for you. And then you could right here entry again of the rejection right here, and you don't even need to put the stop loss all the way above the zone. That's the thing I like to do because I feel safer with it. You could also say you entry right above here, but keep in mind that you will eventually get stopped out more, but you also get a chance to hit higher risk to reward ratio. So it's a kind of preference style which you like to do more, but I personally like a higher win rate more, so I stick with it for now. So now that we went over a few examples on how support and resistance actually looks in the market, let me talk about a few things, why this makes sense and why this is not some stupid box on the chart and it actually holds a real value. This whole thing looks as easy as it is, but it has a very complex reason behind it why this works. So let me explain this. If you see this point in the market where a lot of people suddenly sold, of course we are also in the downtrend, but not going into trends as of right now. As you can see, that there is a lot of people selling from this level. We can mark this out and we can pretty much see that there is again a lot of people selling even aggressiver than they did before. Why? Because people who previously entered a sell position right here pretty much got their stop loss at this level. So there is liquidity. I'm pretty sure some of you guys have heard the term liquidity already. But there is liquidity laying at this exact level, and a lot of liquidity, because we are on the 4-hour time frame. Even the smaller time frames, traders, put their stop above such levels, so they are protected. And guess what? If I, myself, would want to enter a position and I don't have much time for today, I would just put a limit order here. So there is a limit order, there are stop loss orders. Let me actually write this down for you guys. There are stop loss orders. There are limit orders laying right here, and it's also a psychological level. So that's one thing you need to keep in mind. It's also a psychological level. Why? Because people see that there is a big sell-off at the zone, so they are scared whenever the price comes close, as it could sell right back off. So if you're in a long position and people who entered long positions down here took this trade up to the zone, where would you exit? Be honest. If I would been a long trader right here on the smaller time frame, I would have wanted to go out at this zone, because I don't know what happens after. The price could either bounce straight back off, as it did in this example, or it could break above the zone and push even higher. But I don't know that, and I want to protect my capital. I don't want to lose it all, like some people surely did in this move right here, because they are hoping for something that's not there. So that's something you guys also need to keep in mind on, that this is not just a random box on your drawing chart. Like, it's not just random, it actually has a huge reason behind why this works. And we can take this out to the left, and you can see it was a support zone previously right here at this level. Guys, support and resistance is one of the easiest way. I love trading support and resistance, because it's, for me, even on the higher time frame, swing trading this, it's stress free. I just think the major mistake most people making when trading support and resistance is making it too complicated. So some people would draw a zone like pretty much anywhere where they see a little bit of rejection. Yes, this is also resistance right here, but you don't need to trade any support and resistance that doesn't look clear to you. For example, we break the zone right here. As you can see, we break the zone past the resistance, so this is actually a support zone now, and we come into the zone. But what happens as the price is touching into the zone? You can see this pretty fat red candle forming right after. So I personally wouldn't like to take a buy from the zone, because it's just such a huge seller presentation still there right now. So what I actually would look for is zones like this, where you can see the price broke below it, came back into it, respected it one time, and then came back again, and you can see a wick is forming again right here. Guys, it's so simple, man. A wick is forming again right here, stop loss above the zone, targeting the previous highs, 127 risk reward. Guys, I don't know what to say. Let me give you a homework for today, okay? Go to any pair that you like, that you want to trade, and draw out support and resistance zone on the 1 hour time frame and the 4 hour time frame. And even if you're a scalp trader, even if you don't use support and resistance at all, just give it 1 hour of your time to try and test this out, because I am pretty sure that this will change your thinking about the markets. And also write down in the comments if I should make a tutorial on anything else you like, and leave a like, and you know the drill. As always, thank you guys for watching. I hope you learned something from this, and I see you again in the next video.